countries. It was born out of the idea that we like the food we eat. Who doesn't like the food we eat? But then the thought came that in order to have quality food in our plate, we need to know where it comes from, how it is produced, the seeds it comes from. And so over the years, it has grown and it has brought together a diversity of people. So in the slow food movement, you have farmers, producers, teachers, fishermen, engineers, like anyone can be part of the slow food movement, precisely because, as was said by other panelists before, they're not just producers, they're not just consumers, but they're co-producers. As in, when we buy our food every day, we vote, more than maybe going to voting for politicians, because we make a choice about the food we want, and hence the economy we want, whether we respect the local environment, the local culture, because of course food is connected to a whole variety of things. So I want to tell you briefly about what we're doing in terms of promoting and defending food sustainability. So indeed, we have this worldwide network, 150 countries, from Europe to Africa to Latin America and so on. And we have a number of projects to translate in practice the idea of good, clean and fair, meaning we want to respect the environment, we want to respect the people who put the work to produce food, and we also want to respect cultures. So one of the projects we have is the Ark of Taste. It's like Noah's Ark. The idea is to recover, like to find out about products that could disappear. It's like the question that was raised before by the Mr. Engineer, who said first we need to know and then we can act. So that's precisely the idea. That's the Ark of Taste. Anyone can participate. If there is a product that you know and that you know that is disappearing because maybe it's not so fashionable or trendy anymore, or maybe because it's so difficult to be produced, and you want to safeguard it. For you it's important because indeed it's connected to the local economy, to your culture and so on, then you can tell us about it. And at the moment we have 4 Greek products on the Ark of Taste. One of them is, for instance, the Hamada olive. I don't know if I pronounce it correctly, but you can find out more. And then out of this Ark of Taste, indeed the idea is to say, these are the products we want to safeguard, maybe we can promote them through local markets, in restaurants, and so on. Another project we have is that of the Presidia. So a slow food presidium, in brief, is a small group of small-scale producers who are safeguarding a product that indeed would otherwise go lost. I'll give you a concrete example. Unfortunately, there are no Greek Presidia at the moment, but for instance, we're working with a presidium, say, in Italy, where I come from. It's a kind of cheese that there was just one old lady, one grandma that was left who knew how to prepare it. And had that grandma died without passing on that knowledge, the whole history and the whole connections that those cheese had to the local economy and to the culture would have simply gone lost. So the idea of the Presidium is to indeed find out these people, find out these situations, and say, let's work together to safeguard this biodiversity, this rich gastronomy we have, this richness of products. Another project is that of the alliance between chefs and small-scale producers. It's basically what Philippe was explaining about what's happening here in Brussels. Cooks are a very good vehicle to bring the products and to say, watch out, this is a very interesting product. They can add value to the product by presenting it nicely in dishes. Another project we also have is that of the earth markets, like farmers markets. So the farmers are directly selling in the public, in open spaces, and that's exactly the idea is that of strengthening the connection between producers and consumers or co-producers. And then we have another array of educational projects in schools. We do, for instance, school gardens, where kids learn that the tomato doesn't come in plastic packages in the supermarket, but it actually comes from a small seed that grows into a plant and then you can harvest it. We have also educational programs for grown-ups, like we have programs called Masters of Food, and so on. And then at the level, now coming to the European level, There are a number of things we're doing to raise awareness, because again, we need first to know what goes on to then take action. Here is an example of some awareness raising material we have on food policies. We've also been collaborating with ARC 2020 and other partners in the whole discussion on the CAP reform. What we would like now to see is not so much a common agricultural policy, but a common sustainable food policy. Because it's a bit silly that at the level of the EU you have different so-called DGs, like the parts of the Commission that deal with different policies, and you have the one looking at consumers only, the one looking at environment only, the other one looking at agriculture only, and they come and with contradictory results. So what we would like to see is more of a holistic approach to food. We also have a campaign, for instance, on food waste. Actually, I'll show you the back of this postcard, and it says that indeed a third of all the food produced in Europe ends up in the garbage bin, in a world where 1 billion people are starving. And so first of all, we want to raise awareness and then say, what is it that you can do? And there are simple, small suggestions that are up to everyone. Then we have also something, this is an example of other information material we have. One tool that we also have is that of the website, Slow Food Europe. On this website you can find out information, up-to-date information on our campaigns. You also find our position papers, for instance on labeling, climate change, and so on, and some guidelines, some guides. These are also tools for, they could be for policymakers, but also for the general public, even for teachers who want to raise awareness in their own school. So what is it that you can do now? There's something you can do right away if you like the idea of good, clean and fair food. There's this postcard at the end of the room. When you walk out, you can pick it. In the back, it says, Dear Commissioner Potočnik. So it's the Commissioner for DG Agri. And it says, we would like a common sustainable food policy. And you can put your name, your country, and send it to him. And this is a simple way of saying, this is what we want. Another thing you can do is you can go on our website, slowfood.com. If you click on About Us or on where we are, you can find out where are the local chapters in Greece, for instance. There are 7. You can find out more about our projects. And indeed, yes, just come and check what we're doing. Thank you very much.